Welcome to Basket of Tales, a time travel into the world of stories.
A warm hello from Basket of Tales and Morning Raaga. We are delighted to present this wonderful series of short stories in collaboration with Morning Raaga, Telugu Radio 101.3 FM, a Canadian multicultural radio. Hi, I am Miss S, and today I am back with another wonderful story. And the name of the story is Ekalvya's Loyalty. About 5,000 years ago in India, in Hastinapur, lived a boy named Ekalvya. He was the son of a tribal chief in the forest. Ekalvya was a brave and handsome boy. He was loved by all. But he was unhappy. His father noticed that something was troubling Ekalvya. Many times he found his son lost in deep thought while other boys enjoyed hunting and playing. One day the father asked his son, "Why are you so unhappy, Ekalvya? Why don't you join your friends? Why are you not interested in hunting?" Ekalvya replied that he wanted to be an archer. He wanted to be a disciple of the great Dronacharya, who was a great tutor of archery in Hastinapur. His Gurukul is a magical place where ordinary boys are turned into mighty warriors, said Ekalvya. Ekalvya saw his father was silent. He continued, "Father, I know that we belong to the hunting tribe, but I want to be a warrior rather than a hunter." Ekalvya's father was worried for his son's ambition because it was not an easy one. But the chief was a loving father and he did not want to refuse his only son's wish. So he gave his blessings and sent his son on his way to Dronacharya's Gurukul. Ekalvya started his journey and soon he reached the part of the forest where Drona taught the princesses of Hastinapur. In those days, there was no such system as school, college, or university or hostel. The only place where one could get some education was at a Gurukul. When the boy reached Dronacharya's Gurukul, he saw a group of huts surrounded by trees and a big archery yard. The disciples were practicing shooting arrows with their bows and arrows in the yard. It was an engaging sight, but Ekalvya's eyes could only search for Dronacharya. There was a man standing near a tree busy instructing boys, who was none other than the third Pandava, Prince Arjuna. As Ekalvya came to know later, he went to Dronacharya and bowed. The sage was surprised to see a strange boy addressing him with such respect. He asked, "Who are you?" "Dronacharya, I am Ekalvya, son of tribal chief in the western part of forests of Hastinapur," replied Ekalvya. "Please accept me as your disciple and teach me the art of archery," he said. But Dronacharya did not accept him as a student as he is a tribal hunter and he is a royal teacher. He was later interrupted by Prince Arjuna. Prince Arjuna said, "Our Guru has been appointed by the king to train us. How dare you come inside the Gurukul? Leave now," said Arjuna. Ekalavya was stunned at Arjuna's behavior. He himself was son of a chief of his clan, but he never insulted anyone below him in such a way. He looked at Dronacharya for some kind of support, but the sage remained silent. The message was loud and clear. Dronacharya also wanted him to leave. He refused to teach him. The innocent tribal boy was deeply hurt by Dronacharya's refusal to teach him. He felt miserable. He quietly left the place with a broken heart, but it did not shatter his ambition to learn archery. He was still as determined to learn archery. Ekalavya reached his own forest and took some mud from the nearby river. He made a statue of Dronacharya. Ekalavya did this because he faithfully believed that if he practiced before his guru day after day, he would become a great archer someday. He took his bow and arrow, worshipped the statue of Dronacharya, and started practicing. One day, while Ekalavya was practicing, he heard a dog barking. At first, the boy ignored the dog, but the continuous disturbance in his practice angered him. He stopped his practice and went towards the place where the dog was barking. Before the dog could shut up and get out of the way, Ekalavya fired 7 arrows in rapid succession to fill the dog's mouth without injuring him. As a result, it started roaming around the forest with its mouth open. But Ekalavya was not alone in his practice. He was unaware that the Pandavas' princes were also present in the area of the same forest. One day, Dronacharya, who was instructing them about some finer points of archery by making them learn in the real life condition of an open forest. As they were busy practicing, they suddenly spotted a stuffed dog and wondered who could have pulled off such a feat of archery into the dog's mouth. Dronacharya was amazed too. He was curious to meet the archer. The practice was stopped, and together they all began searching the forest. They found a dark-skinned man dressed all in black. It was Ekalavya. Dronacharya couldn't recognize him. He went up to him and he said, "Your aim is truly remarkable." Dronacharya praised Ekalavya and asked him, "From whom did you learn archery?" Ekalavya was thrilled to hear Drona's praises. "You are my guru," Ekalavya humbly replied. "Your guru? How can I be your guru? I have never seen you before." Drona exclaimed in surprise. But all of a sudden he remembered something. He remembered about an eager boy who had visited him at his Gurukul several months ago. "Well, now I remember," he said. "Are you not the same hunter boy whom I refused admission in my Gurukul some months back?" "Yes, Dronacharya," replied the boy. "After I left your Gurukul, I came home and made a statue like you and worshipped it every day. I practiced before your statue. Although you refused to teach me, but your statue did not. Thanks to you, I have become a good archer." Hearing this, Arjuna became angry. "But you promised me that you would make me the best archer in the world," he accused Dronacharya in arrogance. The other princesses remembered their master frequently praising Arjuna, that he had immense talent and One day he will be the greatest archer in the kingdom. They waited for their teacher's reply. Unable to answer Arjuna's question, Drona remained silent. The sage, too, was upset that his promise to Prince Arjuna was not going to be fulfilled. He was also angry with Ekalavya for disobeying him. So the sage planned to punish Ekalavya. Where is your Guru Dakshina? You have to give me a gift for your training, the sage demanded. He had finally found a way to make Ekalavya suffer for his disobedience. Ekalavya was overjoyed. A Guru Dakshina was a voluntary fee or a gift offered by a disciple to his Guru at the end of their training. It is a final offering from a student to Guru before leaving the ashram. The teacher may ask for something or nothing at all. Ask me anything and I will offer it to you, my Guru Dakshina, Ekalavya said in a thrilled voice. I might ask something you don't like to give me. What if you refuse? Dronacharya asked. Ekalavya was shocked. It was considered as an insult and a great sin if a Guru Dakshina was refused. No, how can I refuse? Teachers ask. I am not that ungrateful. I will never refuse anything you ask, Dronacharya, replied Ekalavya. Dronacharya did not wait anymore. Ekalavya, I want to have your right thumb as my Guru Dakshina, he declared. There was silence everywhere. Everyone was shocked, even Arjuna. He looked at his teacher in horror and disbelief. He could their teacher make such a cruel demand? That too from the boy. For a moment Ekalavya stood silent. Without his thumb he could never shoot arrows again. But the teacher must be satisfied. Okay, Gurudev, as you wish, said Ekalavya. Then without a slightest hesitation, Ekalavya drew out his knife and cut his thumb. The prince gasped at Ekalavya's act of bravery, but the tribal boy held out his thumb to Dronacharya. Here is my Guru Dakshina, Dronacharya, Ekalavya said. I am happy that you have made me your disciple, even if I am not a hunter. The sage was humbled. He blessed the young archer for his courage. Ekalavya, even without your thumb, you will be known as a great archer. I bless you that you will be remembered forever for your loyalty to your Guru. Dronacharya declared and left the forest. He was moved and grieved at his own action, but he was content that his promise to Arjuna was not broken. The gods blessed Ekalavya from above. But despite his handicap, Ekalavya continued to practice archery. How could he do so? When one is dedicated, one can make even mountains bow. With practice, Ekalavya could shoot arrows with his index and middle finger, and he became the greatest archer than he was even before. When Dronacharya came to know this, he blessed the boys slightly and begged for divine forgiveness. And true to Drona's blessings, Ekalavya is still praised as the most loyal and brave student in the epic of Mahabharata. So the moral of the story is, any impossible is possible if we learn it with dedication and commitment. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you all soon. Thank you.